Have y'all ever noticed that certain artists are associated with being bad? Like every time their names come up, the most you hear people say is that they're a terrible artist. I've always wondered if these artists are truly terrible, or is it just a popular thing to say? Well, right about now, I'm about to find out if one of these rappers are bad, as their name is always associated with such. Ever since I was a fan of hip hop, Vanilla Ice has always been classified as a bad rapper. All I ever heard is that he's a corny white boy that perpetrated as something he's not. His major hit song Ice Ice Baby is a disgrace to the genre, and he shouldn't be looked at as an influence or a pioneer. Even worse rappers lists today still have him as one of the worst rappers of all time. One thing I'm starting to notice about rappers that are considered bad is that people rarely talk about their catalogs and songs. Everything I mentioned before is what classifies Vanilla Ice as a bad rapper. It's the common things everyone says about him while not actually critiquing his actual artistry. Well, that's what I'm about to do in this video. I've never listened to a Vanilla Ice album, and I'm curious to find out if he's really a bad rapper. He has 6 projects in total, and I'm about to share my thoughts on all of them.
Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of.
This is my first time listening to this album, and I'm surprised by how good it actually is. Vanilla Ice provides a lot of interesting styles that showcases his flow. One thing that I like about Vanilla Ice's delivery is the confidence in his tone. When he raps aggressively, it works exceptionally due to his conviction. Another thing that surprised me was the production. A lot of instrumentals on this project are very catchy, and the mixing and sampling is top notch. Although I didn't like the song Dancing overall, the production is amazing, as the Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 callbacks are executed remarkably within the instrumental. There are many more examples of this, with the major highlight being the song It's a Party, which has unique elements throughout, and Vanilla Ice's hype style is incredible. Vanilla Ice also showcased that he can switch up his style completely. The song I Love You is a good example of this, as this track is his rendition of LL Cool J's I Need Love, as Vanilla Ice uses the exact same flow and delivery as LL Cool J. This also highlights his influences in his overall style.
Girl, I keep thinking of how I feel when I'm in your arms, gives me a chill.
But some of Vanilla Ice's creative vocals didn't work for me. On the song Rasta Man, he raps with a reggae flow, and it comes off as being very unauthentic. I might get crucified for saying this, but I didn't really like his flow on his major hit song Ice Ice Baby, which is due to all the extra emphasis on words, stacked with extra background vocals. Although I don't think his beatboxing is bad on the song Having a Roni, this particular style never appealed to me, but I most certainly commend his versatility.
What it's like having a Roni. What it's like.
Another minor flaw on this album are some of the repetitious samples in the production. This only happened 2 times, which didn't necessarily affect my overall enjoyment of the songs. I just didn't care for it personally. To get a glimpse on what I'm referring to is the repeated whispering phrases on the tracks Ice is Working in and Life is a Fantasy. But with all that being said, this is a great album, as Vanilla Ice provides a compelling style and the production is catchy and unique.
Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out.
This album feels way more authentic than his previous one. This is a good thing, as he showcases a more natural style that doesn't have a gimmicky feel to it. Another major difference is the production, as a large majority of it consists of that hardcore boom bap sound. Another major difference is that the songs that lean towards the dance style are much better, which is due to Vanilla Ice's refined delivery and lyrics. Vanilla Ice came out swinging, as he stakes claim of his position in the rap game and addresses all his critics. Some of these tracks are bittersweet, as Vanilla Ice's confidence didn't reflect his reality. A good example of this is the song Minutes of Power, which is about how he's constantly succeeding in his career by the minute. This was far from the truth, as this album was a major setback for him. This is kind of sad, as it was inevitable, as he was a very controversial artist from the start, and many people preyed on his downfall. Although this is the case, this doesn't affect the actual quality of the music, which is incredible. I had no idea that this was going to be a no-skip project, as everything flows together perfectly in my opinion. Another interesting thing about this project is that Vanilla Ice also addresses rappers that have dissed him while he was at the height of his career. A major highlight on this album is the song Hit 'Em Hard, which consists of a hardcore boom bap instrumental along with an amazing hype and aggressive flow from Vanilla Ice. He sends shots at the rappers Marky Mark, Third Bass, MC Hammer, and Luke from the 2 Live crew. He disses these rappers throughout this project, and I'll be lying if I say that he didn't go in.
I put a crunch on Marky, take the funky out of his bunch. I hit the home run, you got the third base, I'm in first place, take a seat.
Another major highlight of this album are the smooth laid back tracks dedicated to the ladies. 2 examples of this are the tracks I Go Down and Blowin' My Mind. The production on these songs are heavenly, and Vanilla Ice matches the styles of the production exceptionally, as he also provides compelling smooth and laid back flows.
She tells me that I'm on her mind, and a player like me is very hard to find.
In conclusion, this is definitely an underrated album, as it's flawless in my opinion. All the flaws I had with his previous project are cleaned up here, and his overall style is amazing due to his flows and lyrics being more refined.
Reality sucks, too much pain. I can't explain why I wanna blast brains. Still I see it on the other side.
I'm completely amazed by Vanilla Ice's creative style on this album, which is mainly influenced by the heavy metal genre. The instrumentals all consist of instruments such as drums and guitars. The production fits Vanilla Ice's newly developed metal style exceptionally. He provides all the elements of a rock artist, along with sticking to his roots as an MC. His aggressive screaming flows sound great for the most part, and I'm highly impressed by his creativity. The concepts on this project are another highlight, as he touches on deep topics such as past family issues, his mental state, and his wicked journey in the industry. His performances on these songs are incredible, as he showcases passion and pain in his vocals. Some major highlights of this are the tracks Scars, F Me, SNAFU, and ADD. Another incredible highlight is the song Too Cold, which involves him paying homage to his major hit song Ice Ice Baby. He raps the same verses from the original track, which is now influenced by the metal genre. The chorus is also extremely catchy, and his performance on this track overall highlights everything I previously said about his execution on this track. This version of Ice Ice Baby is also the superior version in my opinion, as it's highly more enjoyable.
Ice, ice,
The only downside on this project that I didn't like were some of Vanilla Ice's creative choices when it comes to his vocals. I didn't like his overall delivery on the intro track Living, along with his staticky vocals on the song Stumping Through the Bayou. All in all, this is an amazing album. I'm highly impressed by Vanilla Ice's creativity, as he has the ability to adapt to many styles. The multiple elements of his metal-influenced style is intriguing on this project, along with the hard-hitting production.
Something is taking over. My brain is like a motor.
Vanilla Ice provides a unique concept for this album, as it consists of two sections. The first half consists of tracks influenced by the metal genre, and the second half are strictly rap songs. With that being said, the metal side of this album is much better than the rap side. The reason this is the case is because Vanilla Ice's style is more versatile, as he provides multiple creative and unique vocal choices. This involves him rapping, shouting, and singing, which all sound great for the most part. The major flaw on the rap side is that Vanilla Ice's style is a bit one-dimensional. Another issue with his flow is that it's not modernized. This is disappointing, as I know that he could have adapted, just as he did on his second album, Mind Blowin. One major highlight on the rap side of this album are the guest performances from the rapper Lil Darkman. The reason this is the case is that his rap flow sounds more modernized compared to Vanilla Ice's. A perfect example of this is the track Unbreakable, which has a great boom bap instrumental, along with Lil Darkman providing a more fitting style, while Vanilla Ice has that 80s style flow.
What you gonna do? My boys are on you. You know a hard hit makes for a soft shoe.
There are more instances of this, which brings the value of this project down. The metal side, on the other hand, is filled with creative production styles and concepts. A major highlight is the song Nothing Is Real, which involves Vanilla Ice explaining a damning mental state about how things in life seem to not be real, even though you're in the midst of it. The hype feel of the instrumental of this track have various elements, which also matches well with Vanilla Ice's very unique style. The song I Know is another incredible showcasing of Vanilla Ice's unique style, as his rapping, singing, and melodic vocals sound amazing. This song also has another interesting concept, as Vanilla Ice talks about how he's aware of various entities that want to take him down, but they won't succeed, as he's already 2 steps ahead of them.
I try to weed out the real from the fake ones. Two-faced ones want to keep it real, son. I can see
Another notable highlight on this album are his various shots at the rapper Eminem. He calls him a phony on the song Exhale, and he tells Eminem that he wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for him on the song Hip Hop Rules.
Wanna be rapper, fake mini-me like who? Marshall Mathers.
Okay, Stans, calm down. Your savior is not exempt from getting dissed. He's also a grown man and can handle himself. But with that being said, this is a pretty good album, as there are a lot of good songs.
Well, it's not about the industry, and it's not about the things that I've been through like Nas and Jay-Z.
Vanilla Ice starts off this album with a bang, as his rap style is more refined on this project than it was on his previous album. He found the perfect blend of his metal and rap influenced style and incorporated it in his overall flow. There are various tracks on this project that involve him providing multiple unique styles within his flow. Perfect examples of this are the first two tracks, Survivor and Ninja Rap 2. These tracks also have interesting concepts that involve Vanilla Ice talking about how he survived the wickedness of the industry. He also embraces underground hip hop, which is what he now considers himself, as he isn't in the limelight anymore.
Now I live in the underground, blasted, dark side soldier, hating people who were plastic like Bill.
Another great showcasing of his unique style is the track Say Goodbye, which consists of a fascinating instrumental with incredible beat switches and catchy melodies. But although there is some good on this project, it definitely has its flaws. The first notable flaw are the recycled tracks from his previous album. These songs are OKS and Detonator. I sort of understand why he did this, as he wants to promote those tracks, as they probably weren't noticeable on his last project. But for me, I still prefer if new tracks were on the album. The remix to his major hit song Ice Ice Baby is met with the same flaws as the original track, as I don't like his flow, which is the same flow I didn't like on the original version. The new instrumental also doesn't hold up to the original song.
Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me.
The metal version of Ice Ice Baby will always reign supreme in my opinion. Other flaws are him providing unamusing styles and flows. This album also has 10 skits, which is crazy. I like the concepts of the skits, as it's him going through his answering machine, but making it 10 extra tracks on the album is a weird decision. Another thing Vanilla Ice did on this album is provide metal tracks which are decent overall. Step Up or Shut Up and Persevere are both bangers, while I didn't like his creative vocal choices on the track Trailer Park Mullet Wars. All in all, this is a good album, as Vanilla Ice continues to showcase versatility, but it definitely has its flaws as well.
This is my gear. I get that through your ear. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm an engineer.
On Vanilla Ice's final album, it's a complete mixed bag. I commend him for always experimenting with different genres. For this project, he experiments a lot with the country and pop genre. The pop influenced tracks don't appeal to me at all, as the overall sound of them isn't sonically pleasing. Another interesting thing about this project is the quality of the music. The best way I can explain it is that this project has that pure underground hip hop feel to it, which is due to songs sounding low quality and high quality at the same time. This is both good and bad, as some of these songs are enjoyable and others are not. Songs like Born on Halloween With That in My Way captures that underground feel perfectly, while songs like Rockstar Party and Nightmare Disco are executed poorly with lackluster production and performances. This also led to Vanilla Ice creating his first bad song, Cadillac Ninjas. The creative choice of Vanilla Ice's vocals are horrendous, as the robotic effect is annoying. The instrumental is very mediocre as well.
Slow swerving, hazard light cruising, all the honey's choosing, player haters.
Another highlight of this project are definitely the songs that are influenced by the country genre. A major highlight for me is the song Bought and Sold. Vanilla Ice showcases a passionate rap performance, and the featured artist Ruckus provides amazing singing vocals on the hook. Vanilla Ice also showcases his singing vocals as well, which continues to highlight his creativity and ability to effectively experiment with different genres. A perfect example of this is his rendition of the song Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys by the artist Ed Bruce on the song Oh Mama. Vanilla Ice's singing vocals are really good, along with the sound of the solo guitar, which adds that country feel.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be strippers.
All in all, this is a fairly decent album. I like the fact that Vanilla Ice continues to showcase his versatility, but a lot of the songs miss the mark as they aren't sonically appealing overall. Now to answer the question, is Vanilla Ice a bad rapper? 100% not. This is actually the worst case of blasphemy I've seen in the rap community. Not only is Vanilla Ice not a bad rapper, he's an incredible one. He has the ability to switch up his style, which led to a ton of creativity in his discography. His metal efforts are severely underrated, as he mastered the style of that genre while still effectively incorporating his hip hop influence. The amount of enjoyable songs he has surprised me, and it's a shame that he has the bad rapper label on him. Another great thing about Vanilla Ice is that he has the pure essence of hip-hop in his overall style. For those of you who don't know, hip-hop has 5 elements. These things are MCing, DJing, dancing, fashion, and graffiti. Out of the 5 elements, Vanilla Ice has 4 of them, as he's an MC, dancer, fashionable, and he states that he did graffiti in the past. This revelation is even more slap in the face to his artistry, as he has more of the elements than rappers that discredit him. What I've come to realize is that if a rapper has more of the true elements of hip-hop than another artist, they get shunned in the genre. This has also happened with MC Hammer, Kid, and Playing Soulja Boy. Dance hip-hop is looked at as being corny to many, when it's actually the true essence of hip-hop. It blows my mind when someone like KRS-One states that Vanilla Ice created a distorted mutation of rap, when he actually has more of the essence than himself. In my opinion, people hated the fact that Vanilla Ice was as good as he was, while he also stayed true to the spirit of hip-hop. A lot of acts that hated on him couldn't do what he did, and they didn't like it. Now, I do understand the whole aspect of Vanilla Ice's race. Some people didn't like the fact that a white man was dominating a genre that was created by black people. They felt as though he was a colonizer in order to use hip-hop for his benefit. This was far from the actual truth, as Vanilla Ice has shown time and time again that he truly loves hip-hop and respects the legends before and after him. He never spoke on hip-hop in a negative light like someone who did and was an actual colonizer that used hip-hop for their gain. I'm glad that I listened to Vanilla Ice's catalog, as it led to me gaining a newfound respect for him, and on top of that, he's not a bad rapper at all. It was destined for him to not succeed, as he was something unheard of at the time, and the world wasn't ready for a white rapper that was actually true to the essence of hip-hop. He may not have won the battle back in the day, but he definitely won the war, as he's still highly successful and respected amongst his peers. With that being said, this was another episode of my Bad Rapper series. Stay tuned, because I plan to do a lot more.